Okay guys, now I'm going to start with task 25 on page 73. Alright, question 1. X cubed plus 2x squared minus x minus 2 divided by x squared plus x minus 2. Right, we're going to simplify this now. This will be equals to, here x cubed plus 2x squared. Now what is common here? So I'm going to take that out. It's good. Obviously that is going to be x squared, right? So when I write this in the bracket of x squared, now what do I get? So this is going to be, right, x, here it's going to be plus 2. Right, and this part of the question, I can say this is going to be x plus 2. All right, you see here, negative x, negative 2. If I write like this, negative, and then in the bracket, x plus 2, it's going to be same as this one. Why? Because this negative will be multiplied with the terms inside the bracket. Negative times x will be negative x, negative times positive 2 will be negative 2. All right, then I continue with this. So I'm going to do the bottom part. The bottom part will be what? What do we have there? X squared plus x minus 2. So this looks like a trinomial. So we're going to look for the possible factors of 2 when I multiply. Remember the trinomial rule? When I multiply, I must get negative 2. When I add them together, I must get 1. So these are going to be, right, if I use 2 and negative 1, will they help me? Yes, 2 times negative 1 will be negative 2, 2 plus negative 1 will be 1. So it does help. Then how do we write it? We're going to say x plus 2, right, times x minus 1. Okay. So now the second step for this will be this. I'm going to continue with this. I'm going to write it here. I'll say this equals to, right, and the top part, if I look at here, guys, so what is common here for this and this? It is x plus 2, right? So now I'm going to say x plus 2, then this is going to be what? X plus 2, it's going to be x squared minus 1, right? And then the bottom part is still the same. It's going to be x plus 2 times x minus 1. All right, why did we get this? Is because now if I take what is we said the x plus 2 is common for this and this, right? Then if I take it to bracket of x plus 2, right, what will I have here? X plus 2, and then I will have here x squared minus negative 1, because negative 1 times x plus 2 will be negative x plus 2. Right, then I continue with this. Here, if you look here carefully, you will see there's another rule here. I'm going to write that rule now. So this x squared plus 2. X squared minus 1. Can I say this equals to x squared minus 1 squared? Why I'm writing it like this? Because if I write it like this, then there will be another rule that's coming in, and that will help me a lot. So because now when I look at this, this is the difference of 2 squared, right? Then difference of 2 squares, we're going to do this. This equals to, right, x plus 1 times x minus 1. So now instead of this part x squared minus 1, I'm going to write x plus 1 times x minus 1, because firstly I said it is, I can write it like this, x squared minus 1 squared, and then it becomes the difference of 2 squared. The difference of 2 squared, we find the factors, and they are x plus 1 times x minus 1. So by knowing this, if I rewrite everything, it's going to be like this. Okay, x plus 3, I'm going to write it, right? X plus 2, just gonna put it also in bracket, times, now instead of this part, x squared minus 1, we said I'm going to write this, okay? I'm gonna say x plus 1 times x minus 1. And then at the bottom also I'm gonna do the same thing. It's gonna be x 1 times x minus 1. Okay, so once I'm done with this, then I'm gonna start with canceling out the same ones. Which ones I have, right? What do I have here? I have x minus 1 here, and I have it at the bottom. So I'm gonna remove this. I have x plus 2 here, and I have x plus 2 here. I'm going to remove it. Then this will be equal to, what is left? X plus 1, you see on top, over 1, because you cancel this, then that will be 1, then that equals to x plus 1. So this is going to be my answer, x plus 1, because we cancel out everything else, and this is the only thing that was left. Okay, let's do question 2. Okay, I'm going to do question 2 here now. I'm going to clear this first. Okay, let's see what is here. Okay, question 2 says 9 minus x squared, and then x squared minus 3x. Again, the same thing. I'm gonna look to find, right, what they offer, and then I'm gonna have to apply the rules. So I'm gonna say this equals to, firstly, there's 9 minus x squared. So since this is x squared, I will see if I can write 9 also in the form of an exponent. And I do know that 9 equals to, 9 is what? Equals to x squared. I mean, 9 equals to 3 to the power of 2. Then instead of 9, I'm going to say 3 to the power of 2, right, minus x to the power of 2 divided by, at the bottom, what do I have? I'm going to write that also here, x squared minus 3x, right? So if I say x squared minus 3x, that will be, I'm just going to rewrite everything here, x squared minus 3x, that equals to, what is common here? X, right? X times what will be x squared? X times x will be x squared, right? Minus 3. So, right. And this equals to, you can see, x times x minus 3. You can do an inverse operation. X times x will be x squared. X times minus 3 will be minus 3x. Right, then I'll continue with this. Okay, if I continue with this, this equals to, because in the top part I can still, right, work with it. 3 squared minus x squared is what? That is difference of 2 squared. So basically it is, right, 3 minus x times 3 minus x times 3 plus x, right? Then divided by x times x minus 3. All right. So 3 minus x times 3 minus x times 3 plus x, and here I have x times x minus 3. So when we look at this, then you can see x minus 3 here. I have 3 minus x. And then I gave this example. Some of us wanted to cancel out this. We can't cancel out it because 3 minus x is x minus 3. So in this case, what I need to do is I'm going to multiply this by negative 1. Then I can cancel them out. Then I will have negative 1. All right. So we did say that in class. There was a rule here. You see, a minus b divided by a minus b. This equals to 1. But a minus b divided by b minus a. You see, this is different. So how we can get them the same? We multiply either this or this by negative 1. Then they will be the same. So this, because we have to multiply by negative 1 to get them the same, that means if I do that, then my answer will be negative. So this equals to 1, but this equals to negative 1. So I do cancel these ones out because I'm gonna multiply by negative 1, right? If I multiply it by negative 1, right, negative sign, then this and this, they will cancel each other, right? Then they will be negative 1, right? So then what happens here, right? I will have negative, in the top, then I will have negative 1. This will cancel out. Here at the bottom, I have negative 1, right? So on the top, I'm going to say what is left there is 3 plus x divided by negative 1. Or you can say negative 3 plus x, right, over 1. This negative can be here or can be here. Okay, that is the same thing. It doesn't really matter where you put it. Okay, next question. We have question 3 here. Okay, so this question says here x minus 2 times x plus y times x minus x plus y over x plus y. So for these type of questions, then what we need to do is, again, the same thing. We're just going to look to find what rule we can apply. Then once we find it, we'll just apply the rule. Okay. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to look at this now. What is common here? Right in the top. When I look at that, then we do see that here on the top, x plus y is, okay, it's not a nice one. Let me remove that. Okay, x plus y. Then, right, so when I do get x plus y, if I say again here, this is going to be x minus 2 minus 1. I'm going to say over, up. Yeah. This is going to be x plus y. All right, so, and then what we're going to do then is this. Once I write that, then I'm going to start canceling out. Right, I'll see what I can cancel out. So when I do that, okay, let me choose a nice color. Right, so since this is a multiplication, right, this x plus y and x plus y, they will cancel on each other. Then here, what do I have? X minus 2 minus 1. Isn't that going to be, right, isn't that going to be x minus 2 minus 1 will be x plus x minus 3. So the answer is going to be x minus 3 over 1, and that equals to x minus 3. So that is going to be the answer. Okay, let's move on to the next question. All right, so x squared plus 2x divided by x to the power of 3, and then write this divided by x plus 2 over 1. So firstly, the first rule that we see here is the division rule. When we dividing a fraction with another fraction, the first rule tells us take the first one as is and the second one, right, swap that out. So it's going to be like this. So basically I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to rewrite the first one is going to be the same, x squared plus 2 plus 2x, right? This divided by x to the power of 3 times, this is going to be 1 over x plus 2. Right, so this was the first thing that we need to do. Then after that, I'm just going to say this equals to. All right, so x squared plus 2x. So what is here? X squared plus 2x, that is basically equals to, what is common there? X, right? Then plus x plus 2 over, right? If x squared, I can say x squared also is what? X times, right? Sorry, x cubed is x times x squared, and then times, it's going to be 1 over, right, x plus 2. All right, so if I continue with this, right, it's going to be what? I have x plus 2, x plus 2, they will cancel each other, x times 1 will be x, and then it's going to be x times x squared will be x to the power of 3, right? It's going to be same. You don't actually need to write x to the power of 3 as x times x to the power of 2, because it's going to end just like that. So this is going to be the answer. Okay, next question. Right. So this question, we're going to do this. X squared plus 3x plus 2. Okay, it does look like a trinomial. So we're going to say, okay, x squared plus 3x plus 2. So I'm looking for the two factors of 2, right? And then when I add them together, they must give me 3. So they are obviously, right, the 2 and 1. Okay, so the top part is going to be what? Then this equals to, right, x plus 2 times x plus 1. The bottom, what do I have here? I have x squared minus x and minus 6. So here what I'm going to do again, I'm going to look for two possible factors of negative 6. When I add them together, they must give me negative 1. Okay, so there are obviously going to be negative 3 and 2. Why negative 3 and 2? Because negative 3 times 2 will be negative 6, negative 3 plus 2 will be negative 1, and that's what I'm looking for. There is going to be this x minus 3 times x plus 2, right? Then here again, I'm going to look for the same ones. I'm going to cancel them out, right? And I have x plus 2, I have x plus 2, they will be cancelled out. Then what is left here is, on top I have x plus 1, Then here at the bottom I have x minus 3. And that is going to be the answer. Right? Because the x plus 2, they will cancel each other. Then you have x plus 1 on top, and at the bottom you have x minus 3. Okay. Question 6. Let's do this one. Let's see what it says. All right. X squared minus y squared over x plus y. Okay, again, the same thing. I'm just going to write this one again as it. But before I write, I just want to write everything here, all the rules that I see, I'm going to write them here. X squared minus y squared, this equals to what? X squared minus y squared. That equals to, because that is difference of 2 squared, it's x plus y times x minus y. Okay, then here I have 2x minus 2y, that equals to, okay, let me just write it with another color, 2x minus 2y, that equals to 2x minus y. I have the same thing at the bottom. I'm not going to rewrite that because it's the same thing. I'm sorry, it's not the same thing. I'm just going to write that as well. Let me write in different color. Okay, so because on top I have 2x minus 2y, here I have 2x plus 2y. So it's going to be, right, 2x plus 2y. This equals to, right, 2, then it's going to be x plus y. Right, then here I have x plus y, so there is no rule there. So now I'm going to rewrite this whole thing, but also I need to flip this, because this must 2x plus 2y must go up and 2x minus 2y must come down. I'm going to rewrite that. Right, so x squared minus y squared, I'm going to write as that's going to be x plus y times x minus y, right, over x plus y. I'm just going to write it as is, because we didn't do anything for that. And times, we said this 2x plus 2y will go up, and I'm going to look at here, how do I write it? It's going to be 2 times x plus y. So then 2x minus 2y will come down. Now how does I write it here? It says 2, right, this one here, 2x minus y. Okay, so now I'm going to continue with this, see what I can do. All right, so this equals to, well, okay, let's cancel the ones are the same. Let's see what is here. This x plus y, they will cancel each other. X minus y here cancel each other. Right, 2 and 2 you cancel each other. Then I have what is left here on top. I have x over 1, which is equals to x plus y. So that is going to be the answer. Okay. Right, or you can cancel, since this is x plus y, you can cancel this x plus y with this one, or you can do whatever you want, as long as you're canceling out the same thing. So this is going to be, right, the answer. Okay, let's continue the next question. See what we get out of that. Okay. Right, so the next question So question 7, but we did say that in class there is a problem with this question, so I'm going to change it. I'm going to write the correct version of this question because we said this is, so the question should be like this. Right, I'm going to rewrite here, x squared minus 4x plus 4 divided by, right, x squared minus 4. Right, so now this, we can see here there is a trinomial, because you have this trinomial. Right, so I'm going to look for the factors of 2, and when I add them together, they must give me negative 4. And they are, I'm not going to go through all the factors and which ones are. It's negative 2 and negative 2. Why? Because negative 2 times negative 2 is going to be positive 4. Negative 2 plus negative 2 will be negative 4. And that's what I'm looking for. Right. Okay, since I know what they are, like before I continue, let me just do this as well. You see here, x squared minus this equals to x squared minus 2 squared, because 4 I'm going to write it as 2 squared, and here it's going to be difference of 2 squared. Then difference of 2 squared, we did say that. Okay, I'm not going to write it now. First, let me write the top part. Yeah. Right, since my factors are negative 2 and negative 2, so I'm going to say it's going to be x minus 2 times x minus 2, right? Then I'm going to come here, so now I'm going to say what this is. Difference of square, what we do, we're going to say x plus 2, right, times x minus 2. Then this is going to be x plus 2 times x minus 2. Alright, so again, now I'm going to look at here, see what I can cancel out. Okay, so this and this will cancel each other, this and this, it doesn't matter. Then what is left here? It is, on the top I have x minus 2, and here at the bottom I have x plus 2. Right, so this is going to be my answer. So again, if we have to go through this, on the top part of the question, x squared minus 4x plus 4. Since this is a trinomial, I'm going to look for the factors of 4. When I add them together, they must give me negative 4. And then we did say that it is negative 2 and negative 2. Why? Because negative 2 times negative 2 is going to be positive 4. Negative 2 plus negative 2 is going to be negative 4. Since my factors are negative 2 and negative 2, then how do we write the trinomials? We're going to say, right, x minus 2 times x minus 2, we write them with x. Then the bottom part, x squared minus 4, right, 4, the x is written in the form of an exponent, so I'm going to write 4 also like that. Then 4 is going to be 2 to the power of 2. So when I write it like that, then it becomes difference of 2 squares, because x squared minus 2 squared. Then the rule tells us, when we see the difference of 2 squares, we're going to say x, okay, for this example, is going to be x plus 2 times x minus 2. Then when I write it like that, after that, I'll just cancel out the same ones and I'll see what else is left. On the top part, we have x minus 2, bottom part, we have x plus 2, and that is going to be the answer. Okay, I think this is the last question. But I'll continue with the next task.